We return to the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield and Eamon Holmes.
Welcome back, and so to the second session of the second semi-final of the day. Just to recap on the situation as they stand. In the first semi-final, it weighs heavily in favour of Stephen Hendry, but Terry Griffiths chalking up his first two frames this morning. 12-2, that one stands. It continues tonight with the first player to 16. Now, the top of the caption there in our featured match this afternoon, it's level pegging, as you can see to date, 4-4 overnight. And the underdog Alan McManus continuing to win admiration for his flair and talent. And they don't come with much more flair and talent than his opponent, Jimmy White, a 1-4-7 on the way to this stage, plus the scalps of Tony Drago, Elaine Robidoux and Jim White. So much pressure on him once again to go the whole way. Alan McManus, the further he progresses, the better he just seems to get. A qualifying round, then wins over Mike Hallett, Mick Price, and the biggest win of all, defending world champion John Parrott in the last round. Well, the players are almost ready for the off. 7 frames this afternoon. Alan Hughes, our MC here, will announce them into the arena.
And now to the players, and first a young Scot, 21 years of age, in only his second season as a professional, with all the attributes that go with winning the world title, and by the way he played to knock out the reigning champion John Parrott, who could deny this fine talent the chance to become world champion. He's ranked number 41 in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, from Glasgow, Alan McManus. And his opponent, full of charisma and class, who has had us on the edge of our seats so many times on so many different occasions. Ladies and gentlemen, can I ask you to welcome into our semi-final the world number 3, the whirlwind of London town, Jimmy White.
Well, what a welcome for these two players, and don't they deserve it? This is the second of their 4 sessions. 7 frames, and I'll leave you in the company of Ray Edmonds and Eddie Charlton.
Thank you, Eamon, and the crowd just settling down, or being asked to settle down. A little excited, of course, at the sight of Jimmy White, as ever. Just getting his drink ready. Pure water nowadays, Jimmy. The handshake, and
9th frame,
this
Alan
young
McManus
Scot,
to break.
who's done so well this year, breaks off. Well, I'm pretty sure that Alan didn't attempt the pot there, just played to hit the red on the other side and push it to the back cushion. The only point in Alan McManus's favour is that black and pink look fairly well tied up, unless the pink goes to the left middle. Otherwise, Jimmy's going to have a lot to do to get onto a colour.
1. Seven. Eight.
Jimmy has to take the cue ball in and out of balk now. Struck it well, just needs a little luck, but I'm afraid he's missed out on this occasion.
14. Jimmy White, 40. Foul, Alan McManus, 4.
Well, he had a little run of luck after missing the pot in the cue ball, passing through all those reds without being caught there, but was unlucky at the end of the shot by going in off in the corner. There's no pot on for Alan though. He'll be content to play the safety, try and get the cue ball back to the ball cushion. That's a good shot. Good safety play. Now if this red passes the black, and I think it does, it's a great opening for Jimmy White.
1. Eight. 9.
Well, as you see, all the reds rather in one another's way, so Jimmy will have to disturb something, and That looks to be spot on.
16. 17. 24. 25. 32. 33. 40. 41.
'Can drop onto the red by the yellow if he cares to do that. Nice angle to take the red.
47.
I think he's clear past the yellow to take the red. Probably back to the blue this time. Has a nice angle now
48.
to get back to the reds.
.63 points in front. So
53.
needs this red and a colour. And
Jimmy White.
so
53.
often do we see the vital red, but the player just seems to have the lapse on. Now we've seen this young man pull 1 or 2 frames back from the brink this last week. Can he do it again here?
Eight.
'Alan may be able to take this red to the corner and nudge the other reds out in positioning on the black.
9.
It's a good shot. The red on its own by the other 2. If he can move that red, it will automatically open the corner pocket for the other 2 reds, so that was a good shot.
$16. 17.
I'm sure Alan would have liked to have had more angle on this black. He's just left it straighter than he intended. Now has to put more power into the shot to achieve the same thing. That is to get back behind the 2 reds, or perhaps take them to the middle pocket. No, that's the shot. And he's played it well.
24. 25. $32.
Yes, this red isn't the problem. The one to the side cushion is what he's thinking about at the moment. And I think he can probably drop behind the red to the corner. Would have preferred to have been able to reach this comfortably. As it is, it's a bit of a stretch unless he uses the rest. What a good shot.
41.
Yes, and he's created just the right angle on the black to get to the yellow. All the colours in the open. Its position onto the yellow now that's so important. Back off the yellow should have him in nice position for the green.
One slight error from Jimmy left Alan this chance.
50. $53. $57.
So this is quite a crucial shot. He would have preferred to be a little straighter for the middle or a little straighter for the corner.
$62. Alan McManus, 62.
Well, a thoroughly deserved round of applause, but what a let-off for Jimmy. If he can knock this pink in. He still needs the black. Well, what a frame for Jimmy White to win. He looked as if he was going to win it easily. Alan McManus had the chance, but it's Jimmy White who goes into the lead by the odd frame, 5 frames to 4. And frankly, I think if Jimmy had lost that frame, it might have just set him back a bit because he'd done everything right. Brilliant break. And you know, Eddie, Alan McManus, he must be feeling very, very sick at the moment, having done all the hard work.
Well, I'm sure Alan's disappointed, but I don't know about feeling sick. I think he'd be very pleased with his performances up to date, and he's got a very good temperament, and the way that he was taking those balls, it was a severe disappointment to miss the pink when he was so well positioned on the black, but that's what happens at snooker. Bad luck for one and good luck for the other. Snooker is full of luck.
10th frame, Jimmy White to break.
Yeah, I'd have to say there's a bit of skill there as well, Eddie, but nevertheless, it's Jimmy White who has put young Alan McManus into trouble from the break-off.
Yellow ball. Three.
Pretty sure this red doesn't pot, as you can see.
Alan McManus, 3.
Yes, Jimmy acknowledges to Alan McManus that it was a fluke. But it could be a valuable one if Jimmy knocks the green in.
Now the only way that Jimmy may be able to position onto the black now is with a dead strength shot, and if he plays it that way over that distance, he could leave the red should he miss it. The stun shot may do the trick.
Fine.
Good try, but don't think the black's on now.
Rumble.
Looking for a good safety shot.
Jimmy White, 5.
Alan's had a look at the two reds that are in a line virtually for the left corner, or the two reds just behind the pink. One of them is looking for a plant here, I think. And he found one.
1.
Unlucky with the position. Although he'd have been lucky to be on any colour playing that shot. He couldn't be sure where the white ball was going. It was a good shot to make the plant shot. Good safety now. Should keep the pressure on Jimmy and perhaps create an opening for Alan.
McManus, 1.
That's good on those long shots. And he manages to get plenty of power into them as well, hence the nice position that he has. Reasonably close to the side cushion, but the position is, he'll have choice of two reds after this blue. Not going to just run it in, he's going to punch it in.
Six.
Red to the left corner, and if he can draw past the other red. He has the blue available, pink and black's hard to get to.
Seven. Blue ball. Twelve.
Great shot from Jimmy, that, and a little unlucky not to have finished ideally on a red. He's trying to see if he can drop onto the black or the pink off this one. Must keep his eye on the pot, of course.
Jimmy White, 12.
Well, this opening red for Alan is certainly not an easy one, but if he can pot the first red, he has a chance of building a sizable break the way the balls are situated.
One.
It's a bit unlucky. The yellow won't pass the blue to the middle, and he's snookered on the blue by the yellow. Has the black to the corner. trying snooker.
Alan McManus, 1.
What a good shot there from the young Scot. He knew he was going to put a red over the corner. Had sufficient confidence to know that he was going to get the cue ball down behind the green. And of course, when this does happen, it puts pressure on your opponent. But that's a pretty good reply from Jimmy.
Alan has a similar shot to take the cue ball around and into baulk and try and pop the red, or perhaps play it onto the other red. It was very close, but being in behind the green again is handy.
Jimmy hoping either to move the red or to perhaps pot it off the side cushion first. But this time Alan McManus can get through to the red.
One. Three.
He has the red to the left corner. Should get into better position from this red.
Four.
Quite strong enough, but he can take the cue ball in and out of baulk from the blue.
Pardon? I know you did. You knocked off the table. Alan McManus 4, Jimmy White 5.
Yes, Alan McManus catching the blue ball as it came back off the bump with his cue. That was the reason for the penalty, but the bigger penalty is the fact that he missed the blue. He had a great chance there.
It's fortunate not to leave Jimmy in the way the balls were. Very good sportsmanship to call himself, because the referee didn't see it, I don't think. Or he was slow calling if he did.
You might take this one on down to the left corner. Screw back position on the blue. And that was a great shot.
Green ball.
The red going into the pocket at that angle it's a very narrow opening, and
Alan
it's got
McManus,
Alan
1.
McManus the initiative.
Jimmy will be considering laying on as he's going for the red at the side cushion, but having missed it, he's left them.
Alan McManus 4. One.
Well, that's not
7.
ideal. He's still got a pot on, but nothing like as easy as it might have been.
Alan McManus 7.
So he's 1 point behind now, but he's left Jimmy very easy starter.
Jimmy has the choice of black or pink from this red. Playing for the black.
1.
It's a good position. He can drop onto either red from that position. Decided to move one red out to hold for the other. Now he's slightly out of position. It's a cut shot along the... It's a good shot for Jimmy. He plays those well.
9.
Certainly in prime position now.
12.
Not so good. He's going to have to play a good one here if he goes for the red. And I think he will. Not easy by any means.
Jimmy White, 12.
So the lead moves to 13, but both players have had good chances this frame. It's turning out to be quite scrappy. Well, if he tried the pot there, I think it was a little ambitious, to say the least.
One.
So this has got to be a chance for Jimmy. Take a two-frame lead.
8. 9. 16.
Well, Alan McManus wants a snooker, but
Jimmy
it's
White,
only one
16.
snooker he wants. Jimmy should have certainly made sure that this young man had no chance of getting back into the frame.
Two.
Alan has the added task, of course, of leaving the green safe in trying for his snooker. He doesn't want to miss the snooker and leave the green on. Thin edge on the green, trying to get down behind pink and black appears to be his best chance. That was a very brave shot because the green had to finish near the pocket and he's played it perfectly.
Foul. Alan McManus, 4.
So now, Alan can win the frame, but he's wanting a good shot to drop onto the brown here. And that looks perfect.
3.
Well, Alan McManus went 12 frames to 7 or 11 frames to 7 down behind the world champion and came back to win. Long way to go in this match yet, but he's showing signs of how he achieved that. Wonderful temperament. Jimmy having to sit there and think if that careless shot on the yellow might have cost him this frame.
Alan has to play this with quite a bit of power to get the cue ball to the blue, so it has to be an accurate pot.
7.
Oh, he's played it well.
$18.
Well, Alan McManus should have taken the first frame out of Jimmy's grasp, didn't. But this time he has. So the young Scot level again at 5 frames each.
What snooker. So with 2 of this afternoon's 7 frames gone, things very evenly balanced in this match. We must leave you now for the news and weather, but we'll be back in just under 10 minutes' time with more snooker action. Don't go away. Indeed, welcome back to our second semi-final of the day. Nip and tuck all the way between Jimmy White and Alan McManus. 5 frames all when you were last with us. They're now into frame 11, and I can tell you the situation is Jimmy White leading by 15 points to 1. Ray Edmonds will fill you in.
Yes, you've not missed a lot, Eamon. Jimmy has had a couple of half chances, but run out of position. And Alan McManus got in once, and much the same thing happened to him, and now both players vying for an opening.
It's a good shot from Jimmy, makes it difficult for Alan to cue by the yellow. Catching the point of the middle pocket wasn't his intention, but if this red is on, it's the type of pot that Jimmy is so good at, but he thinks it is. He's down to it.
One.
Now there's a break on. It's in good position now.
4. Five. Ten. $11.
Well, he's on the pink, but luckily hasn't got to do a lot with it, otherwise the cue in there, as you see, very awkward, would have affected it perhaps.
$17. $18. $24. $25.
Needs to be accurate this time with the cue ball, although red to the left corner.
30. $32.
Well, that's not to his advantage. Losing the red uses a little more to do with the positional side of this shot.
37.
Jimmy's run out of position. Can't pot a red from there, so you're looking to tie Allen up with a good safety shot. Yes, well played.
Jimmy White, 37.
Well, nearly a very good shot. A little unlucky to leave a path to the red, to the right corner.
One.
Jimmy overhit that one. He didn't intend the cue ball to be back anywhere near where it is, but position onto the pink for the middle pocket is all right. He'll have the choice of 2 reds if he can make this. Oh,
Jimmy White.
chance
one.
for Allen now.
Yes, again, we've seen Jimmy White miss the red, or miss the pink rather, which almost certainly would have put him in a position to take the frame. And the young Scot in with
One.
chance again, 51 points behind.
It's a good shot to move the red away from the black, but
7.
the easiest red to pot to the right corner. He'd be bridging over the black. Taking this one to the corner pocket is not as easy, but it's a ball he should make.
Eight. $50. 60.
Just move the cue ball out now and take the red back to the right corner. Has the choice now of blue, pink or black off this
23.
red, and the way the colours are situated, he's in a strong position here.
$24.
Now just overrun a little. It means he can't get as close to the yellow off the blue as he would have liked. And wanting a bit of power in this shot.
29.
But if he gets this one right, then it looks plain sailing.
$31. 34.
Jimmy must be wondering what to do to shake off young McManus, because the first frame he looked to have won.
38.
Gave Alan a chance and was lucky to get back in. The second frame, Alan pinched and, well, blue, pink and black, and he's done it again.
It's not a good shot. Should have been further through, leaving the pink straighter than it is. Positioning onto the black is just that a bit more difficult now, as well as the potting of the pink. Yes, not a good shot on the blue. And brought him undone.
Well, he must feel pressure occasionally, young Alan, and I'm sure he did there. But he's still in with every chance.
Pink is certainly on for the left corner, but it's holding for the black. It's about a half ball contact to pot the pink. Alan could force it by taking the cue ball in and out of baulk and back to the black. We don't see the angle as the player does. He may be able to play a stun shot from the pink to the black without going to the other end of the table. Yes, big decision here. If he played at dead strength, he knows he'd leave the pink if he missed it. So what does he do? Playing the stun shot, didn't get on the black, and he certainly left the pink.
Six in the frame.
So, I'm relieved Jimmy White knocks the pink in and now goes back into the lead 6 frames to 5. And certainly Jimmy White is finding things a little bit hard in this match. He's not really been able to impress his authority on the game. He hasn't won 2 or 3 frames on a trot with really spectacular snooker. He's having to work hard, and I suppose, Eddie, we must give all credit to Alan McManus for making him work so hard. He really does stick with his opponents.
Yes, he's a very, very good player. His cue action is very good. It goes through as straight as an arrow on most occasions. He has a very good temperament. And he keeps pulling frames back and pulling points back. When he appears to be in lots of trouble, he gets back and makes a real fight of it. He's going to press Jimmy and make it very difficult for Jimmy to win this match.
Yes, and the concern shows a little perhaps in Jimmy's face. So the frame before the mid-session interval.
Ladies and gentlemen, frame 12, Jimmy White to break.
Not as planned, the break off, but he's not left his opponent any chance.
First real open. First real opportunity comes to Allen, but can he make the opening red? There's the red across to the left middle, but the white is very close to the side cushion.
One.
The pink will go to the right corner, and it's more difficult than the blue, but better position off this if he knocks it in.
Seven. Eight.
Well, there is a red at the back of the pack that'll go into the same pocket as he's taking the black. Didn't want the contact, but it may well work out a little better for him because it's still on. And he's going to disturb a red or two as he knocks this one in, so that could work out in his favour.
60. Black ball.
Once again, that was a very good pot.
23.
Wasn't all that comfortably placed over the side cushion, but he's played it very well. The position is good.
24.
That's a nice angle on the blue to take the cue ball into the pack of reds, if he cares to. He did.
$29.
Now the pack may be covering all four open reds, and he has to take the red to the far corner. Should have reasonable safety should he miss the pot, and he'll still be in business if he makes the pot.
$35.
Should position onto the black off this red.
$36.
Had other thoughts, and that's a good shot. He's perfectly on the right side of the blue.
$41. $42.
Didn't travel quite far enough for the blue.
.48. .49.
Absorbed in this fascinating battle. I'm sure that lady will be a Jimmy White fan, though. They all seem to love him, but they're going to have to get used to seeing this young man, irrespective of what happens in this match in the next 2 days.
53.
He'll be becoming the favourite of lots of viewers throughout the country.
.54.
Well, certainly that's a Jimmy White fan. And watching over her favourite there. So now 59 points in front.
59.
Badly wanted to disturb the Reds there. Needs another couple to secure the frame. Well, that's a wonderful shot. And the nerve of this young man is something quite astounding.
Alan McManus, 60.
If the black had gone in, 67 in front, 67 on the table. As it is, Jimmy White with a chance to get right back in this frame.
1. Eight. 9.
'He's overdone the screw shot.
14.
Still has the red to the right corner, but it's more difficult than it should have been. Two reds close together are on for one middle pocket in the left corner, so this is an important ball for Jimmy to keep the break going.
15.
That's a terrific recovery shot. It appears he has an angle to get back to the one of those two reds to the left corner. Dropped a couple of
20.
points by taking the blue instead of a black, but still sufficient points there.
.21. 27. 28.
It's a nice angle on the black to get to the yellow. And that's perfect position.
35. $37.
A little strong with that one. Shouldn't have been using the rest, but he is very good with the rest usually. That's a good recovery.
40. $44.
This is the fourth frame of the afternoon, and mid-session interval coming up. And each frame has been
49.
ebbing and flowing, and has all gone down to the pink and black. But it's
55.
this time Jimmy White who's stealing a frame that should have gone to Allen.
64.
So 7 frames to 5 at the mid-session interval.
Whirlwind blowing. What a great match this is turning out to be. Now obviously we've seen Jimmy the player there at the table, but what about Jimmy away from the table? Well, David Vine went to visit the White family.
You may
home.
find it surprising, but Jimmy White has been married for 13 years and has 4 daughters. Throughout his career, he's been the lovable rogue and headline maker of snooker. But he sees himself now as just a very happy family man.
I used to enjoy to go out a bit, yeah, but I think that was only because of, you know, I was young, really. I think nothing else. I just went for it because I was young, but, you know, now I used to look forward to going away to places too, having a good time. Now I go away looking forward to playing snooker. I think now, as the years have gone on, I think my tag of being like a tearaway and that was really a bit sort of blown up in proportion, really, you know. I don't think it's not a problem to me anyway. I just want to play snooker.
Has he changed much over the years as a person?
No, not at all, no.
Oh, come on, he was a bit of a tearaway.
Still is.
So here we go again then, the championship of the world.
Yeah, I've been in 12 before, I think, or 13, something like that, and I've always had the ability to win, and I thought the last 2 or 3 years I got to a situation in my game where I knew I was capable of winning it, but I got beat in 2 finals on the trot. But this year I just feel something's different about myself. I feel like I've got more chance of winning it this year than I've had it before, and I felt that last year. But during the final, you know, Parrott played well the first session, and I seemed to was always fighting to, you know, get back at him instead of just playing my own game, and I think that cost me dearly.
3 finals, never a champion. Is it getting to you?
It will get to me if I don't win it, but I am totally confident that I will win it, and I think this might be the year. You know, obviously there's other great players about like will be trying to prove me wrong, but I think I've hit form at the right time. I've not hit form before like this time and feel, you know, perfect for a tournament.
What's so different about the build-up this year then, apart from winning a couple of tournaments, very nice ones, and beating Steve Davis? What's this different feeling?
Well, I won the British Open, and I felt like I swam the channel. I was 7-0 up, and then I was 8-7 up, and all of a sudden it's all on top again, and I couldn't understand why. And we had a good celebration after, and I just woke up. We went to Belgium, and I was a bit knackered, like hangover from Belgium, and I just decided to stop drinking. You know, she's laughing.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just
Does she believe you?
She don't know. I just decided to stop drinking. Not that I'm a heavy boozer. I do like to go out and have a good drink with my friends now and again and my family, but I just decided to, you know, quit booze and altogether. And I played Joe Johnson, and I felt very strange going out in a match because I only have like a couple of halves of lagers, like, you know, like Sexy Rexy has a couple of scotches and things like that. I had a couple of halves of lager, just sort of out of just I fancy that rather than I fancy a cup of coffee. And I went and played Joe Johnson, and I felt very strange to the situation. I lost, but I didn't let it beat me. Then I went and played Parrott in a Matchroom League, And I was 3-1 down, and in the interval I thought, well, no, I'm still going to carry on, just see, because half a log wouldn't have made no difference. It's more a mental thing with me, because during the couple of days matches, you have sort of a couple of hours of log, then a couple of hours of log before you play again. Before you know it, you've probably had 3 or 4 pints, and obviously you're not allowed to drive at 3 or 4 pints, so my head's got to be a bit fuzzed. And the next day to practice as well, you're not got to feel good. So I went from there to play the Matchroom League. I played Parrot in the Matchroom League, I won that. Then I went to Europe, and that's been about 8 days then, at that time, and then I played an exhibition. Then I went to Europe, sorry, and I won a ranking tournament, and I hardly missed a ball against Terry Griffiths. I beat Steve Davis 5-1, and I beat Mark Johnson Allen 9-3. But I felt I had loads more in me. You know, I didn't feel like I just fell over again, even though I'd won it quite easy. I felt there was loads more. If they'd have come back at me, I was prepared. And then the other night, I played my first exhibition without having a drink, where people sort of are a bit more friendly towards you because it's live and that. And I really enjoyed it. You know, I really had a good time. So I've just quit boozing, and I feel a lot better. I feel I want to practice more.
Practicing doesn't mean a big journey. Just off his kitchen is the 147 Club, where Jimmy regularly plays with local friends Tony Mio, John Virgo, and his coach Alan. Jimmy is sure that this is his year, and Sheffield will give him his greatest moment.
It's the best venue in the world. It's the atmosphere is incredible, and it doesn't matter what happens. Every year, it's something different happens. Something special always happens at the Crucible, and it's just the snooker. The World Championship just can't be taken away from there. You know, I'd like to have more tournaments in London, but the World Championships has always got to be there. It's just a very special place, and obviously it's the World Championships.
Do the nerves hit you when you walk in the Crucible the first time?
Oh, absolutely. It doesn't matter, even if you're 9-1 up, you've only got to win 10, you've only got to win another frame. It's still, I think the butterflies goes in any sort of ranking match, but in the Crucible especially, because it's the one everyone wants to win.
How uptight does Jimmy get before a big event like the World Championship?
He doesn't get uptight at all. No, never shows any feelings, but he doesn't ever complain or moan or anything, even if he loses. So he doesn't get uptight.
How difficult is it going to be for John Parrott to go there and defend his title? Is this going to give him extra pressure?
Don't know, because I've not been world champion. If you ask me that next year, I'll be able to tell you. Sounds a bit flash, doesn't it? No, I can't tell you because I've not been champion. Yeah. Hello. Is that my cup of tea? Thank you. See you on tea. Whoops.
Obviously, all of that chat with David and Jimmy before the World Championship started here at the Crucible.
In the previous interview, Jimmy said, you know, like I wasn't really going as fast as I thought I could go and what have you. But there again, sometimes circumstances get in the way. Everything doesn't always run according to plan, and that's part of the Crucible. And Jimmy's got a match on his hand. Obviously, I'd like to see him win. But this is a good match he's involved with, because this young lad doesn't down tools easily. He looks as if he's got the bottle to do well, although I would lay my cards on the table and think that Jimbo would win.
Okay, Alex, pleasure talking to you. As you can see, the players are now back at the table. It's Alan McManus to play next. We'll go back to the big game this afternoon. 7 frames to 5. Jimmy White leads. 3 more frames to go in this session. Here's Ray Edmonds.
Yes, Alan would have had time to mull over that previous frame when he had his mid-session cup of tea. So close to winning it.
One.
Yes, that was deserved applause. It was an excellent pot. Alan has nice position here to get back to the red. He'll play for the red by the pink, I would think. It's position onto a colour now to try and develop those reds there. Bunched together.
5.
Perfect pace for the red to the right corner, but probably going to have to disturb something here.
But
he does play that shot so well, so easy for it to go wrong and the cue ball to run to the side cushion, but this young man seems to get it right more often than most.
$20. 21.
Using the red to position onto his intended red. Back to this right corner.
$29.
Yes, that's turned out all right. It appears the red closest to the cue ball is onto the right corner.
Referees have to have a steady hand to do that.
35.
Very little space to get the pink in the ideal position or the right position.
$36. $43.
Just a touch too hard. Still has the red to the right middle. If he takes it on, it has to be a good shot. Yes.
44.
He's played it well. If he doesn't fancy the position here, getting back to a red, he just drop in behind the yellow for a snooker.
Alan McManus, 44. Foul and a miss. Alan McManus, 4.
Red available to the left corner, so no question of the cue ball being put back. Well, he made a 60 break the frame before the interval, and Jimmy cleared up with a 62 to win it. He's 48 points to nil in front in this one. But what an excellent chance for Jimmy. However, that's not position A for Jimmy White.
Jimmy White, 1.
Alan has the red by the blue to the far left corner. I'm sure that he'll take it on. He can bring the cue ball off the side cushion for the black. A snooker on the single red and a Chinese snooker on the rest of them.
Jimmy shaping is maybe he's having a go at the red to the right corner.
Foul. Alan McManus, 5.
The worst of all worlds, he fouls the blue, which means he's 52 points behind. And left a very easy red for Alan to start with.
1. Eight. 9.
So as you
16.
see, Jimmy wanting a snooker, but he shouldn't really get another
17.
chance at this frame. He just cannot
22.
shake off his young opponent.
Alan had to hit the cluster of reds to put one on.
Alan McManus, 27.
Yes, it doesn't really matter, Eddie. Jimmy's staying in his chair, so Alan McManus now just 1 frame behind again, 7 frames to 6. And this young man, we keep talking about his spirit and his nerve, but he's really had a tough passage here against Mick Price, against Mike Hallett, and of course in his last round against John Parrott. But he seems equal to everything that the players throw at him, Eddie. He's not going to give in. The other players are going to have to play brilliantly to beat him, and I think that's true of Jimmy.
Yes, I'd agree with that, Ray. They're having a great match. Good safety shots, good potting, good break building from both players.
14th frame, Jimmy White to break.
Jimmy's playing a swerve shot to pop the red by the corner. Oh, and an excellent shot. To give that just the right amount of swing. He certainly did that. Coming round to see if the black is on, and I can assure him that it is.
4.
Jimmy takes this red as well as I think he will. He'll be right on the black.
5.
Well-controlled shot.
12.
Pushing the red ball into a potable position. Wants an angle on the black now to develop reds.
13.
The red to the right of the cluster of reds is on to the far left corner past the blue. But without going into them, I don't think there's another one for Jimmy to play.
20.
Just can't see the angle correctly, but it may be on past the pink to the middle, the same red. Took it to the corner. And that's left a red open now to the left corner.
28. 29.
Not enough top spin applied to the cue ball to make it push through. So Jimmy's forced into playing a safety shot, but that's been a marvellous opening break.
Jimmy White.
Alan has an angle on either brown or green to get the cue ball into those reds and try and spread them. Doesn't appear to be a red on to the open. It's a big target to hit. I'm sure he'll try and spread the reds from this brown ball. Now is he on one?
Fine.
Nothing easy, but he does have the one to the left corner.
McManus, 5.
I don't think Alan really fancied that one a lot, but should have made sure the cue ball was on the boat cushion. Well, Jimmy hasn't had a fly at one for quite some time. And it could well cost him a few points.
7.
Alan has a nice angle on this red to take the cue ball to the side cushion and out for the pink.
8.
He's travelled a bit too far. He may well take the black now. If he decides to carry on with the pink, the cue ball's going into those reds. Good shot.
$40. 50.
Alan made sure that he didn't overrun the pink on that occasion. He's in good position here.
Can get through to the red, to the corner, but a little bit straight, so judgment of the angle and the pace to get onto the pink for the next shot, not quite so easy. Blade to drop on it for the middle pocket. Now just 2 points behind. Good safety shot could pay dividends. Equally, a good pot could pay better dividends.
Perfect example of a beautiful cue action. When you have a good cue action, you're automatically a good player. Cue ball could be in the corner pocket. Chance for Jimmy now.
Jimmy White, 4.
Yes, that's a good kiss. Almost a straight pink to the far corner. But he could stand or fall this frame on this shot. It's a good one.
Holding the pink spot with the cue ball to maintain his position. But now does he try and drop across the table for the black, or does he go down for one of the four colours?
50.
Not in Jimmy's nature to think negatively.
$22. $23.
So 33 points in front. Just
29.
a little short of pace makes this one slightly tricky, but he only needs to pot the red. So Jimmy can relax now for a few moments. He's won this frame. He's opened the 2-frame gap again. 8 frames to 6 to Jimmy White. And Jimmy, of course, is probably certainly the best player never to have won the World Championship at the Crucible. 3 times runner-up, twice in the last 2 years. And I'm just beginning to think, Eddie, he really is getting on top of young McManus. A long way to go, but I think it may well be that Alan McManus has got Jimmy White in his championship year. A long way to go, of course, but what do you think, Eddie?
Well, it remains to be seen. Jimmy's certainly striking them well. He's looking good. He's performed very well indeed throughout the tournament, and his 147, of course, was fabulous. But Alan McManus will bat on. He's going to keep Jimmy's nose to the grindstone. And far behind Jimmy and a lot of the elder players experience-wise, but he's a good player, this boy. He'll battle on.
I think this one to the left corner. Well, no, Alan isn't going for that one. I thought he had a shot to nothing to get under the black, but waiting for a better chance. But he may force Jimmy to have a go.
Alan will take this red onto the left corner. Better position to pot this red than Jimmy was the last shot. Alan can position onto the blue. He may even consider addressing the cue ball high. He's coming through for the black. It's the red, however. But does he have it covered? Jimmy may have the thinnest of edges to pot the red by the middle pocket. Well, Jimmy intended, of course, to get the cue ball into the cluster of reds, but didn't apply enough backspin to the white ball. Balance scores from here, we'll be working hard to do so. Can only see a good safety shot coming up. May make this a shot to nothing by bringing the cue ball through for the black, and if he can pot the red. Doesn't appear to have left anything.
Well, this is certainly half a chance for Alan. Oh, and that's cruel.
Jimmy White, 4.
He wasn't on the colour, however, so not too much of a problem for him. I mean, tiptoe round the table. In that case, the red looks half over the pocket.
1.
Well, they say this game often depends on a fraction, but I think that was a bit cruel. The fraction there was down to thousandths of an inch.
It's the luck of the game, Ray, that I was talking about earlier on. Oh, that's a bad miss from Jim, but nobody can pot all the balls all the time. There's an angle on the blue to go for the red in baulk. Red's nicely placed around the black ball at the top end of the table, so this is a good opportunity for Alan.
Six. Seven.
Well, that was a good shot to come for the black. Could have positioned onto the blue and come onto a red first. Alan was very confident to play that shot. He could well have snookered himself on the black.
40.
Beautiful control.
Well, how the white got between the reds there and finished in that position, we'll never know. Couldn't have done it once in 50 tries if he'd have been attempting to do it. I think the red that's nearest the cue ball goes to the left corner, but the white's going into the other reds, and it's not an easy pot.
I'm inclined to think Alan played for the plant to the left corner then, but we'll never know if the red would have made it. It was cut off by a second red. But he certainly put enough power into the shot to do that, and he had a good earnest look at it before he played the shot. As it is, he's come out of it pretty well. If Jimmy can hit the edge of the red by the green, he's snookered on all balls. Jimmy tempting Alan with the red to the left corner. Don't think he'll be tempted.
Well, the red kissing the green just took the pace out of it, and this will clip to the middle pocket. And that perhaps typical of Jimmy. This last 10 days or so. He looks in pretty good form, but he's making the odd lapse. Usually when a player of experience has got this far in Sheffield, it's a marvellous time to put all your concentrations together and get better, but it's not quite that way for Jimmy as yet. But here's another very easy chance.
Alan took a distinct risk with that shot, but he would have benefited had he made it. Now he may suffer for that. Miss.
6. Seven. 12. 13.
Jimmy could well clean up from this position. There isn't a ball on the table that's safe.
90. 22.
Well, Jimmy's certainly putting himself under pressure with his positional play at the moment. That's too straight for Jimmy to get to the line of 3 reds. Once you do get out of position, it's often very difficult to get back into the ideal spot. But now Jimmy's there. $25 points now in front.
41.
Red, black, red should be enough.
42.
This is the final frame of this afternoon session.
49. 50.
And Jimmy going into a 3-frame lead for the first time in the match.
59.
Alan McManus, perhaps the strain of having to continually come back. Battle against Jimmy is taking its toll, but still a long way to go. 16 frames required by the winner.
71.
But Jimmy White finishes in style, goes to shake his opponent's hand, and goes in at the end of the session, leading by 9 frames to 6.
Jimmy will be a very happy man indeed. One just begins to sense that perhaps the luck not beginning to flow, or indeed flow away from Alan McManus there.